Hello and welcome back to the Dublo Railway. Just one thing to look at today. I apologise for the lighting. It's not bad weather. We've got a partial eclipse and the day's gone a bit dull on us. What I want you to catch is this two-rail city of London, which may be the last time you see it running as a two-rail engine. I should explain, I'll do so when we repair to the office more fully, but I've had some plungers arrive and we're going to have another look at what we might do to the tender of this engine. And as you can see, it's not one that's in great shape, so it's ideal for a bit of experimentation. Anyway, into the office we go. So here we are in the calm of the office, and I'll just point out a few of the things that we're looking at. Basically, this is a haul of parts that I brought in from Western Australia, and it cost me $57 Australian with postage, so $7 to get it across the continent. This allows me to move on from my thoughts about conversions to three-rail and actually doing something about it. Now, most of the parts here are original Hornby Dublo, or may be subsequently manufactured copies, very good copies. This, I don't think, is a Dublo part. The bottom of the plunger, I don't know how well you can see that. The bottom of the plunger doesn't look terribly good. It's a different diameter. So I'll just set that off to one side. When I saw this advertised on eBay, I thought, well, there are a couple of springs, so that will be helpful. But these springs don't fit. Now, those three little things are of no real consequence. What's really important is these parts here, which are the housings for the plungers. Now, some of these are missing a soldered top part that you can see there, but again, that's not going to be very difficult to get my hands on. I can find something like that, and if necessary, I can drill it out to the correct diameter. What's really important is this part here, and I don't know. I really wasn't expecting to find a hole like this. I sort of blithely said in my previous videos, plungers are available, and when I said that, I was working off some checks that I'd done on eBay and other places quite some time ago. When I went to recheck, the cupboard was bare, and then these came up. So let's have a look at what we've got. So as I've said, these come with either just this housing, or the housing plus the little piece at the top. I have 4 of these plungers with threads on them. The 4th one is off camera at the moment, and I have 4 of these plungers, which you can see are shorter. And I don't know how well you can see this. Hopefully the camera can pick this up, but they appear to have been nipped off at the top, basically in order to get the plunger out. And if we look at the inside of a castle tender, you can see that if I rotate this, the way that the plunger itself is actually held in is there's a pinch here, and that's had to be removed to get these plungers out. Now, I'm not quite sure at the moment what I will do about that. I think there's probably a fairly simple solution, which may involve using a shortened housing or something like that. One of the things, of course, that strikes me is just how pristine the inside of this tender looks. It's probably only been taken apart twice. This is the second time. The first time was when I took it apart in a previous video. It's just in astonishingly good condition after all these years, because it's never seen the light of day. Anyway, you can see how these things are set in and wired up. Now, this is the base of a city tender, and it's got the requisite castings for the plunger housing, which just sits in there, hopefully. Now, this is the interesting thing. I've tried a few of these, and some fit, but not all. It's going to make a liar out of me. One of these I got to slide down there, or was it down here? Yeah, down here. So it basically sits like that. The plunger comes out the bottom, and with a little bit of tidying up, insulating, which I haven't got to yet, and soldering, this thing is set for 3-rail. Now, the other thing that this package came with was the original sheathing, insulating sheathing for these plunger housings. So that goes around there like that. Now, I've tried fitting one, and what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to ease the these holes here. I'm going to have to make them slightly bigger for this to be a good fit. Now, what didn't come with this, I've said already that I got 2 springs that didn't do the job. Was some form of little nut for the thread at the top of this, but I had a thought, and I tried that thought out, and you can see here that I've got, I took this off a switch for a point, I think, a red switch. The thread fits. Now, I have, as well as this, I have a whole pile of nuts that came with some switches that I bought, and they're just hexagonal nuts that have this thread. So I can place those on here. Now, I'll just put this back on, and you can see this plunger in action. As you can see, it's an easy fit. The thread is designed for it. Now, you can see that this thing has a spring in it. It didn't come, as I said, with the right spring, and the nut allows me to adjust the distance that the plunger will travel. If I take this apart, I'll show you the spring that I've used. And here it is. That may look familiar. It's a brush spring. It's just the right diameter to go on here. It's just the right length for the job. I had a suspicion that the people behind Hornby, Dublo, the Hornby people, would be reasonably rational with parts. So I thought to myself, where could I find a spring that would fit? And maybe a spring out of a disused motor, a broken motor, might just do the job, and it does. It's got the requisite amount of pressure, which is not very great at all. If you look at this, it's a very gentle push. Anyway, so there is an assembled plunger with, as I say, I won't be leaving this nut on it, I've got some small ones that will do the job. I need to ease these holes a little bit to get a plunger, and whether I use these or not, I'm not sure. I'm just gratified that these came with it. They're a little bit stiff, but there's enough flexibility in them to do the job if necessary. So that's where we stand at the moment. I have sufficient parts to immediately make up two sets of plungers. The first set will be trialled on the city that you saw running around on the two rail section of the layout, and I'll report in on how everything went. So for the moment, that is it. I count myself lucky that I got these and that I got them at the price that I did, because I do know what plunger sets sell for when they do come up, and I think that this is a good alternative to my just taking a three rail an existing 3-rail tender and hooking it up to a 2-rail locomotive. So anyway, that's the tender part of this. When I get around to doing this, which will be in the next couple of months hopefully, I'll show you the modifications that I do actually make to the locomotive. I've had a couple of further thoughts on that, but they can keep for that video. So for the moment, thank you very much for watching, and look out for a 3-rail City of London running around the Dublo Railway. Thanks a lot. See you next time. Bye.